Hello students, I am Lalita S. Umraskar, economics teacher, BYK College of Commerce welcomes you in online lecture series organized by Gokhale Education Society's Central Coordination Committee for class 12. Today I am going to discuss with you chapter number 9, that is money market and capital market in India. Today I am going to discuss with you cooperative banks, development financial institutions and discount and finance house of India as a part of organized sector of money market. All of you know what is a money market. Money market is a market for lending and borrowing of short term funds. Okay, again I am repeating what is money market. Money market is a market for lending and borrowing of short term funds. So money market is for short term funds. Okay, you know the structure of money market. Money market is divided into two sectors, organized sector and unorganized sector. There are various constituents of organized sector. Number one is a Reserve Bank of India. Number two is a commercial bank. Commercial, that I already discussed with you, Reserve Bank of India and commercial bank. And today I am going to discuss with you cooperative banks, development financial institutions and discount and finance house of India as a part of organized sector of money market. Let us see the cooperative banks. What are cooperative banks? So cooperative banks came into existence with the enactment of the Cooperative Credit Societies Act of 1904. So cooperative banks started functioning after the implementation of Cooperative Credit Societies Act of 1904. Cooperative banks supplements the efforts of commercial banks by meeting the credit needs of the local population. So cooperative banks working as a commercial banks which provides credit needs of the local population. Local population means rural people in the villages. Okay, so it fulfills the banking needs of small and medium income groups. Cooperative credit sector comprises of cooperative credit institutions such as primary cooperative credit societies, district central cooperative banks and state cooperative banks. Okay, so there are three types of cooperative banks. Primary cooperative credit society which are functioning in the villages. Okay, district central cooperative banks which are functioning at district level and state cooperative bank which are functioning at state level. The organization of the cooperative credit society is pyramidal in nature. So it has three-tier structure. So at bottom, at primary level, there are primary cooperative credit societies. Okay. At district level, there are district central cooperative banks, and at state level, there are state cooperative banks. Okay. So the organization of cooperative credit society is a pyramidal in nature. It has a three structure. Primary societies are functioning in the various towns and villages. Okay, district central cooperatives are functioning at the district level. Okay, and RBI helps the cooperative structure by providing concessional finance through NABARD in the form of general lines of credit for lending to agricultural activities. Okay, so RBI helps the cooperative credit societies cooperative structure by providing concessional finance through NABARD. Okay, what is the status of NABARD? NABARD is a full form of NABARD. NABARD means National Bank for Agricultural and Rural Development. So it is the apex bank in financing for rural sector in India. Okay, so RBI helps the cooperative structure by providing concessional finance through NABARD bank, and NABARD is a government bank in the form of general lines of credit for lending to agricultural activities. Let us see next one, that is a development financial institution as a part of organized sector of money market. Let us see what are development financial institutions. Development financial institutions are agencies that provide medium and long-term financial assistance. Okay, so development financial institutions provide medium and long-term financial help to various sectors. Okay, so they help in the development of industry, agriculture and other sectors of the economy. Now let us see what is the prime objective of development financial institutions. Okay, so economic development of the country, that is a prime objective of development financial institutions. Okay, very important feature of development financial institution, they do not accept deposit from the people. Okay, development financial institution do not accept deposit from the people, but this financial institution raise funds by borrowing funds from government and by selling their bonds to the general public. Again I am repeating, development financial institution raise funds by borrowing funds from government and by selling their bonds to the general public. Okay, so development financial institution also provides guarantee to banks on behalf of the companies and subscription to shares, debentures, etc. So that is a role of development financial institutions. Let us see some important development financial institutions in India. Number one is IFCI. What is the full form of IFCI? Industrial Finance Corporation of India, and it was established in the year 1948. Second one is ICICI. What is the full form of ICICI? Industrial Credit and Investment Corporation of India, and it was established in the year 1994. Okay. Number three is the IDBI. Okay, what is the full form of IDBI? Industrial Development Bank of India, and it was established in the year 1964. Okay, number four is IIBI. Full form of IIBI is Industrial Investment Bank of India, which was established in the year 1985. Number five is a UTI, that is a Unit Trust of India, and which was established in the year 1964. Okay, and other names are Exim Bank. Exim Bank means Export Import Bank. NABARD, what is the full form of NABARD? National Bank for Agriculture and Rural Development, that is a Apex Bank in rural financing. Next one is a SIDBI. What is the full form of SIDBI? Small Industries Development Bank of India. LIC, that is Life Insurance Corporation of India, and GIC, that is General Insurance Corporation of India. Okay, so these are the names of important development financial institutions in India. Let us see the features of development financial institutions. Okay, development financial institutions have set up subsidiaries to offer a wide range of new products and services such as commercial banking, consumer finance, broking, venture capital finance, infrastructural financing, e-commerce, etc. Okay, so development financial institution has set up subsidiaries, okay, in the form of commercial banking, consumer finance, broking, venture capital finance, infrastructural financing, e-commerce, etc. Okay, so development financial institutions are in the process of converting themselves into universal banks. Okay, what do you understand by universal bank? Universal bank is that bank which perform multiple functions. Okay, so RBI has issued some guidelines for development financial institution to become a commercial bank. Okay, so nowadays development financial institution functions like a commercial bank. Let us see the example. ICICI is the best example. What is the full form of ICICI? Industrial Credit and Investment Corporation of India, that is ICICI, has become a universal bank by a merger with its subsidiary ICICI Bank. Okay. Now next part of organized sector is Discount and Finance House of India, that is a DFHI. Okay, that is also organized sector of the money market. So DFHI, that is a Discount and Finance House of India, was set up in the year 1988 as a money market institution based on the recommendation of the Waghul Committee. So on the recommendation of the Waghul Committee, DFHI, that is a Discount and Finance House of India, was set up in the year 1988, which is the very important constituent of the money market. So DFHI, that is Discount and Finance House of India, is jointly owned by RBI, public sector banks and financial institutions to impart liquidity to the money market instruments. Okay, again I am repeating, DFHI jointly owned by RBI, that is the central bank of the country, public sector banks and financial institution. And what is objective behind this? To impart liquidity to money market instruments. Okay, so DFHI is established by the RBI, public sector banks and financial institutions like LIC, GIC and UTI. Again I am repeating, DFHI, that is a Discount and Finance House of India, is established by the Reserve Bank of India, public sector banks and financial institutions like LIC, GIC and UTI. And what is the main objective of DFHI? That is a main objective of Discount and Finance House of India, to stimulate activity in money market by providing liquidity to the money market instruments. Okay, again I am repeating, what is the main objective of DFHI? Yes, to stimulate activity in money market by providing liquidity to the money market instruments, whatever instruments available, whatever financial instruments available in the money market. Okay, so to stimulate activity in money market by providing liquidity to the money market instruments. Okay, students, what I discussed today with you, I discussed with you cooperative banks, Discount and Finance House of India and development financial institution as a part of organized sector of the money market in India. And finally, thank you for listening my video lecture.